Good day. Thank you for choosing to be here today. This is Strength for Today, and my name is George Mkandawire. The thought that I would like for you to ponder is the following. Training is a full-time job. We always ask a question: what is the contemporary perspective on faith? And to answer that, I would like to say that a lot of people would say, we are not experts, therefore, why should we spend time training others? Let's turn now and see what is the picture that the scriptures paint of faith. Hebrews chapter number 11 and verse number 1. Now faith is the assurance of things hoped for, the conviction of things not seen. And I continue with the discussion of things that one should believe or strongly feel about. And I'm also continuing in talking about the need to raise people who God will use in changing operating system in different walks of life through God's ordinances. And in order to help us understand that aspect of life, we are looking at how Abraham raised the 318 individuals. Reading from Genesis chapter number 14 and verse number 14. And when Abraham heard that his relative had been taken captive, he led out his trained men, born in his house, 318, and went in pursuit as far as Dan. And the word here that we are looking at is his trained men, the trained men. And that word is chanich, and it's used in the sense of Proverbs chapter 22 and verse number 6, which says, train up a child in the way he should go. Even when he is old, he will not depart from it. Now, just as the Jewish midwives would teach newborns how to suck by rubbing their palate with chewed dates, the older Hebrew men would spend time with the younger men, instilling wisdom and instructions in them. This word chanich refers to a young man or young person. It conveys the idea of initiation and dedication. Let me explain further. In ancient times, it was often used to describe a young man or a younger soldier who was being trained or initiated into a particular role or profession. Once that individual was properly trained, he would then be dedicated or set apart for the service for which he was trained. So now let's go back to Abram. So how did then Abram train the 318 individuals? For Abram to raise the 318, he deliberately set apart times to instill and narrow the sight of these young men. If we are going to raise individuals that God will use for them to change policies in places of influence, then we too need to begin to deliberately set aside times and begin talking to these individuals. Get the person who needs the training, start getting involved in giving them instructions, educating, coaching, teaching, tutoring, guiding, developing, preparing, and drilling something into this person's mind. My son, training is a full-time job. Grace and peace to you. Amen.